All right. Good evening, friends. Hope everybody's doing okay. Thank you for joining me for this gentle yoga floor practice through the cancer support community. My name is Julie, and we're going to take it nice and easy. I don't know what you've been doing today, so it's always a nice way to kind of slide into the evening, taking some time for yourself. So yes, the daylight hours are stretching out and getting longer, which is a beautiful thing. Daylight savings is this month. The clocks do spring forward. So that's kind of exciting. Changes the energetic quality of our bodies as well as our lives. So it can definitely change our mood, which is a great thing. We can always use our breath as well. And any kind of meditative practice that you have to help improve your mood too, or to at least even you out when times are turbulent, physically, emotionally, whatever the situation is. Okay, so let's just sit up nice and tall. I'm sitting on a big cushion. You can do the same or fold up a blanket. I have my blocks nearby. If you tend to use blocks for lunging or, as a prop, if you have like thick books or whatever else you might use in place of the blocks, you could do that. And if you don't have blocks, that's okay too, all right? You could actually use like thick folded blankets too. Okay. All right, so let's take a seat on the floor. Sit up on your cushion or your stacked blankets. It's okay if you can't cross your legs like this. It's okay. You can stretch them out in front of you with your knees a little bit. In many ways you can do it, but it really does make it easier, however you sit on the floor, to sit up on height. Because what we want to think about is a long spine. So let's begin rolling those shoulders back. Again, I don't know what kind of day you had. I've had a long day. So, let's take our time. Rolling your shoulders back is kind of like self-massage. If you take it nice and slow, and then you connect your breathing to it, inhaling as they come up, exhaling as they go back and down. Whew. Connect it with that feeling of release on every exhale. And then lifting them up and exhaling them back and down. Just rest your hands on your legs. Imagine that you are laying your back against a wall, say a brick wall. So we're not leaning forward in front of us. We're actually leaning a little bit back as if there was a wall there. We feel a curve in our lower back, a neutral curve, instead of the tailbone tucking under. So try to adjust and move your flesh out there. If that's what you're feeling, so we want to have that nice curve in the back. The shoulders stay open instead of drooping forward. And just kind of line that up. So lay against that brick wall. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, soften down. And you can settle down into your posture without hunching forward or, you can still soften to the posture while keeping the spine in a neutral position. If we stack the shoulder joints up over the hip joints by leaning back against that imaginary wall, then we can lengthen through the spine while we soften the muscles and tissues as we sit. And just take a moment to breathe in and breathe out. You can go ahead and close your eyes if you want. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel your body breathing. In breath, out breath. And let's stay with that. Every time you inhale, say something in your head like in breath, and then exhale, out breath. Or you can say inhale and exhale, whatever you want to repeat to keep you focused on the breath. You don't have to change it. Just note the inhales and the exhales. Now move your gentle focus to your body. Notice any sensations you feel in your body. any pressure, any vibration, pulsation, any parts of your body that feel cool or warm. Any vibration. You may even be able to notice areas of your body where you're feeling contracted, tight, or tense. Focus on that. Not for purposes of trying to change it, just focus on where you might be feeling that as you breathe in and out. Without judgment. And as you focus on a particular area of your body, as you breathe naturally, you may notice that something changes. Maybe something releases, or you feel contraction somewhere else. Whether the sun is high in the sky or low, we can't control that. We can simply bear witness and continue on. By observing without letting things change us, we create a wisdom, an ability to step back out of the fray of thoughts and emotions and simply be with what is. To create feelings of equanimity, evenness, which may help to create more ease in the body and the mind. Go ahead and open your eyes. Great job, everybody. Okay. All right, so here we sit, whatever position you have your legs. Let's create that gentle circular motion. So what we're actually doing is rocking around our bottom in like a circle. So you kind of lean a little forward or you lean a little back, but it's mostly this rocking motion. It's like your spine is the handle of a wooden spoon and your pelvis is the bowl. You're stirring the soup, right? Or you can think of it as, you have a round bottom, like a weeble, and you can kind of wobble and roll front to back, side to side. Let's go the other direction as well. What this movement does is it creates a release of serotonin in the body, and that can help us relax and could be specifically beneficial in the evening if you have difficulty getting to sleep. I use this motion a lot. I use this motion in every class I teach, no matter what kind of class it is, just to bring everybody into a more even, steady state. And then sitting, once again, rolling the shoulders back, leaning the back against that imaginary brick wall so we can line those shoulder joints up over the hips. Let's inhale our arms up. Yay! And then exhale them down the side. So like you inhale them up the front, And exhale them down the sides. Nice. As you reach up and out, we press our sit bones against whatever it is that we're sitting on. So that as we root down, press down those sit bones, we rise up through the spine, the sides of the waist. Inhale and exhale. So it's a circular motion with the arms. Going to give us, if your range of motion is shorter, you can bend the elbows, you can make this smaller. It's different for everyone. Remember, don't do anything in your yoga practice that hurts or feels very uncomfortable. And don't do anything that your healthcare practitioners have told you not to do, right? Listen to your body. It's rest the hands on the thighs. Listen to your body. Do what works. Leave the rest behind. Okay? Great. So let's take those hands now and press out through the front to the chest. So we don't want to squeeze the shoulders up. So bring the hands down a bit. You can clasp the hands and press out that way if that feels good for your hands and fingers, or you can just press the palms down. See if you can soften the shoulders down away from your ears when you do this stretch. Nice. Now when you're ready, inhale, fingertips behind the ears. And just stay here for a few breaths, stretching the elbows out, opening up the front of the chest and shoulders. Ooh. And then from here, take a nice inhale, exhale, left hand down, right arm over. So now we're stretching the side of our waist, keeping our chest facing the front. And then switching, inhale and exhale. So how far over you go depends upon you. Don't have to make this a big side stretch as we're just starting, just warming up a bit. You can place your fingertips on your block instead of the floor if that's more comfortable for you. Opening up part of our body along the side of the rib cage, each side. Exhale. Ooh. And go at your own speed. Don't have to go at mine. Use your breath. Just a few more. Exhale and inhale and exhale. Beautiful. I hope that felt good to you. Right. Okay, so we're gonna sit up as tall as we can. Place our fingertips down alongside our hips. This is called potted palm position. Again, imagine you're rolling your shoulders back. You're leaning against that brick wall, so moving the shoulder joints over the hip joints. Fingertips down. Good. We're gonna take this left arm, inhale up, and exhale, bring it over towards the right knee. And it's okay if it doesn't touch the right knee. Good. Roll that right shoulder back. Nice. We're going to inhale back to potted palm and exhale. Here we go. Here comes the other side. Inhale up the right arm over to the left leg somewhere. We are rolling the left shoulder back behind us now. And if it feels comfortable for you to look over your shoulder, that's great, but tuck the chin just a little bit. And we're going to go from side to side now using big arms. Inhale up and exhale over. Most important thing here is not that your hands touch the floor or your leg. If they're hanging a little bit, that's okay. The most important thing is that the spine and the rib cage remain lifted and tall. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Woohoo. Inhaling and exhaling. Yeah. Twisting feels so good because as you exhale into the twist, draw the abdominals in, squeezes around the spine, supporting it. It's beautiful movement. Exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Absolutely gorgeous. Great job. Great job. We can make some more circles here. Okay. Always make the circles if it feels good to you. You don't have to if you don't want to. So sitting up tall, this is the last one that we're going to do in the seated position. Okay, so I'd like you to take your fingertips out in front of you. So I'm not hunching into my back. I'm keeping my back long. And I'm going to walk my fingertips over to my left leg. And then come back here. Nice long spine, hinging at the hip. And walk it over to the other side. You may feel some good stretching in your back. So let's slide the fingers or walk them to one side. Whew. And slide, and we're walking to the other. Good. Just go back and forth. Inhaling and exhaling. Great job. And inhaling and exhaling. Yeah. Inhaling and exhaling. Ooh. Inhaling and exhaling. Gorgeous. Come back to the center position. Push into the fingertips. Lift your heart and your face. And then securing the strength of the belly, push back against that brick wall. Most excellent job. Okay, so now we're going to move onto the all fours position. So can you pad your knees when you come to all fours on your mat? Certainly you can. You can use a blanket, or you can like make a fold, make a flap like in the center of your mat, put your knees there, whatever works. I have arthritis in my knees, so I totally understand how that feels. I know it can be very uncomfortable. So line the knee joints up underneath the hips. Now, if you put the tops of your feet down, instead of tucking your toes under, you may feel less pressure because the pressure moves to the top of your shin bone and not on the point of the knee joint, right? So off the patella onto the top of the shin bone, right? Okay? All right. So knees under the hips. Hands are about your shoulders width apart, and line your wrist up with the top edge of each shoulder. Spread the fingers only as wide as feels comfortable for you, and then turn your inner elbow creases to look at each other. Now, why do we do that? Well, we want to move the weight to the inner part of the hand. Because if we move the weight to the inner part of the hand and arm, then we have more support from the back and shoulder muscles, the back and chest muscles. So it's not just the shoulders and into the little wrists, okay? So inner elbow creases, look at each other, feel the work in the center of the hand. Just cat-cow stretches now. Kind of hug your fingernails down towards the ground a little bit. Inhale, look up with your heart, let your belly hang down and your tailbone lift up. This is cow pose. Can you really let the shoulder blades melt together and down? Let the belly soften. Take a few breaths here. Let go of that belly. It's okay. It's okay. And then the next inhale, push into your fingernails and lift your spine way up towards the sky. Your tailbone's going to tuck under. Your shoulder blades are going to slide apart. The head is going to rest down. And it's as if you're painting the whole front of your waist to the inside of your spine. Softly drawing the waist up, up, up. Take a few breaths here. See if you can relax the head and neck. Maybe relax that lower back as the tailbone drops down. And then we're going to go back and forth. You can inhale to the cow pose and exhale to the cat pose, or the other way around. You can inhale to the cat pose and exhale to the cow. You choose. Notice how it feels. Inhaling and exhaling, and inhaling, exhaling, however you want to move into your cat and cow. Woo, so nice. Gorgeous. And then come back to the all fours position. Great. Let's begin to push our hips back towards our heels and then slide back forward. So we're just going to do this a little bit at a time because I know that it's a tighter flexion of the knee joint. So it may be not wanting to bend too much. So let's just kind of slide back and forth and see how far back we can get our back end. You don't have to take your back end all the way to your heels. It's okay. You could even take a folded blanket and put it between your calves and your butt to sit back more comfortably. You could also widen your knees a little more as well. Okay, so let's push back to this child's pose position and reach those arms out in front of us. Come up on your fingertips and give your wrists a break. This straightens the wrist position a bit. Good. So the elbows and forearms are lifted. You're on your fingertips. Your head is between your upper arms. So think about really stretching your tuchus back and reaching your arms forward. Woo. Nice. And then go ahead and bring the forearms down, elbows and forearms down to your mat. Good. So we're going to take this left arm and slide it down the mat alongside the left leg. Then we're going to walk the right hand across to the left. And you can be up on your fingertips. You can keep your forearm and hand down. You can just keep the hand down, whatever works. So you're going to get a nice big stretch along the side waist on the right side. Nice. Then we're going to walk that hand back. Both hands come out front once again. And we're going to take the right hand down by our side and walk the left hand over to the right corner. Again, you can be on your fingertips or on your palm, or you can bring the palm and forearm to the floor. Feeling a deeper stretch on that left side of your waist. Mostly the left rib cage. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Then we come up on those fingertips, walk the left hand back over, bring the right hand out. Good job, good job. Awesome, awesome. So reaching the right left hands out in front of you, stretching back with the hips, reaching forward with the arms and the hands, place those palms down. When you're ready, inhale, sliding the torso forward towards your hands. Your knees stay on the floor, but you're hugging the front waist up, so that your back stays neutral and your hips don't drop to the ground. Inhale here, exhale back. So it's like a knee down push-up position. Inhale forward. Again, inner elbow creases. Put the weight to the inner part of the hands, okay? And exhale back. Just strengthening the abdominals a bit, strengthening the upper body as well. Come on forward. Whee. Nice. Keep the belly strong, hug the rib cage in towards the center, the right side in towards the center, the left side in towards the center, and exhale back. And just one more. We're going to reach in this position here, hugging the rib cage, and then we're going to begin to bend our elbows and lower our body down. Awesome. Slide your hands forward. I know I'm off my mat, so I'm going to move down. Slide your hands forward so your elbows are underneath each shoulder. Palms down. Now, wiggle your thighs so that your legs are far enough apart that your lower back feels good. And let your heels fall out to the right and left. Engage your arm muscles as if you're pulling your elbows back towards your feet and widen or press the chest forward. So you might feel this in the arch of the spine. We don't want to squeeze the shoulders up near the ears, so relax them down and back. We want to keep a width between the front of the shoulders. This is Sphinx pose. It's a back bend. And then release that, soften. Woo. Very good. And let's move the elbows out and lower the chest a bit. See, now what we're going to do is we're going to take the hands out to the sides, fingertips on the floor. Now, where should the hands go? Well, what I want you to do is just walk the hands out from the chest and then lift the elbows up a bit. Notice when you lift the elbows up, your shoulder joints want to roll towards the mat. We want to avoid that. So roll the shoulders back and then put your fingers wherever you can keep the elbows lifted and the shoulders rolled back. Real important you keep the neck long so you don't need to look up. Here we go. Roll those shoulder blades back. Press gently into the fingertips and down into the tops of your feet and lift. Oh boy, this is a big one. You're feeling more of that back bend, especially towards the lower part of the back. Keep the shoulders wide and apart, neck long. You got this. Even if you're only lifting a half an inch, it's good. Inhale here, exhale lower. Woo. Stretch your arms out or lengthen your arms out by your sides. Very good. So the next back bending that we're going to do is the variations of locust pose, Shavasana. So let's start by lifting the upper chest away from the floor, keeping the shoulders wide and apart on the front. And then just lift the hands a few inches on each side, fingers relaxed. Good. Press into your thigh bones and maybe the tops of your feet a little bit and lift the heart. So it's not about the arms. Keep the hands relaxed. Keep the shoulders open and wide on the front. Shoulder blades engaging on the back. Inhale here. And exhale, lower. Beautiful. So if you want to add the action of the legs lifting as well, you're actually lifting from the very top of each thigh before the hip crease. Okay, so we want to use that strength. And we keep the knees bent just a bit and the feet soft. So if you'd like, let's roll the shoulders back with the upper chest and the arms, and then add the legs, even if it's only a little bit. Again, lifting from the top of the thighs. Now, we don't want these shoulder joints rolling forward towards the mat, so roll them back. Keep wide, wide, wide. This is a lot of work for the back body. Long neck, so be looking down at the floor. Inhale here, and exhale, lower legs and arms. Great job. So we're going to make a little flow out of this. Back bending is a little invigorating, so we're going to do the back bending now, and then we're going to go into some, forward tight bends to soften you out and relax you the rest of the evening, okay? So here we go. Arms by the sides. On an inhalation, lift the upper body and the arms. On an exhalation, lift the legs. On an inhalation, lift them both up like you're smiling with your body, and exhale, lower all the way down. Now, if this doesn't feel good to you tonight, then do any of the back bends that we've done. The Sphinx, the spider position, a baby cobra, whatever you might like, okay? Here comes the flow. Inhale, upper body lifts. Exhale, lower body. Inhale, big smile. Exhale, lower. Good. And maybe you do this a few more times. Inhale, upper body. Exhale, add the lower body. Inhale, big smile, big lift. And exhale, lower. Only do as much as feels good. Inhaling, exhaling, and inhaling to lift higher. And exhale, lower. And maybe you do one more, maybe you don't. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling to smile, and exhaling. Take your hands now, place them underneath your head, so elbows out to the sides. Turn your head to the right or left and rest your cheeks on the back of your hands. You can wiggle your bottom from side to side, wiggle your hips just tight, relax your legs. And breathe. Focus on your breath at the belly. And notice how it pushes away from the floor each time you inhale. And as you exhale, it sinks in. Good. So just stay focused on the movement of the belly with each inhale and exhale. Let your arms relax, your back soften a little bit. Legs and feet be relaxed. Great job. Okay, when you're ready, you turn your head back in, tuck your toes under, slide your hands underneath your shoulders. So now what I'd like you to do is tuck your elbows in towards your sides and stretch them back towards your feet. Your palms are on the ground, a little bit underneath the shoulders, maybe a little bit lower. Tuck the toes under. On an exhale, you're going to puff your belly to kind of help you push yourself back to all fours. Inhale here. Exhale, puff that belly, push back. Great job. Great, great job. Excellent. So if you'd like to do downward facing dog with me tonight, you definitely can. So you have the choice to do extended child's pose, which is sitting the hips back and reaching those arms out. This is a great thing to do, pushing through the hands forward, reaching through the hips backward. Or you can try downward facing dog if it's for a breath or two. Knees or hips width. Again, your wrists are slightly above the shoulders or lined up with the front top edge of the shoulder, okay? Spread the fingers, turn the inner elbow creases, yeah. Tuck your toes under. Now we're gonna lead with the belly button. So pull it up and in like cat pose. And then when you're ready, lift the knees off the floor and then push forward and down through the hands and lift your butt cheeks. Reach your back end back behind you. Then gently and carefully bend one knee and then the other. Give yourself a little walk the dog. So the most important thing here is that it doesn't feel like a push-up. And if it does, bend your knees more and push your hips back. Use your hands pressing forward and down to reach your hips back and up. This feels like a big stretch in your spine, and it's okay if your heels don't touch the floor. You can bend one knee and then the other, stretch out the calves. Nice long spine, keep the belly button pulling in. Great job. Beautiful. From here, lift the heels up and then gently and carefully walk your feet towards your hands. So you can bend your knees, so you're in a forward bend. This is where your block or blocks might come in handy, as you can put your hands on them in front of your feet to give you a little bit more space. Good, good, good. Great job, everybody. All right. So you have your fingertips either on your feet or on your shins or on the floor, on your blocks. Feet are about hips width or a little wider, straight forward. Now we're just going to practice putting your fingertips on the floor or on your feet. Push into your fingertips to lift your heart and extend your spine. Inhale, it's okay if your knees are bent. And then exhale, release your spine down like you're letting go of it from the top. It's okay if your knees bend. This will relax the head down towards the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale, extension. We're straightening the arms so we can extend the spine just a bit. And on the next exhalation, go ahead and release your spine from the sacrum all the way down towards your head. You can do this a few more times with your breath. Inhale up. And exhale, release. And inhale up. Really release the spine when you exhale. And exhale, really release it like a string of pearls. You're only holding on to one end. You're just letting your other ones drop. Letting the whole string of pearls just hang down from your hand. Ah, gorgeous. Very nice. Forward bend is very important for our health as well. Ooh. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so keeping the hand on the blocks or on the floor, whatever works for you. Inhale here, exhale, step the right foot back and bring the right knee down. Okay, so now we have this left foot forward. We want to line up the ankle and the knee on the left leg. We want to make sure that they're lined up, okay? Now use your blocks if you have them, or blankets or whatever you're using. Put them underneath your shoulders so you can put your hands on them. Good. You can take this front foot and move it more out to the side. So if this left foot is more towards the center of the mat, move it out towards the edge a little bit so you have some space. So you have one knee on the floor and you have one leg up front. Maybe you're using the blocks underneath your shoulders. Extend the spine. So whether your fingertips are on the floor or on the blocks, extend your spine as long as you can, right? So let's come up. Squeeze your inner thighs, come up. Roll the shoulders back. Take my shirt off so you can see. Okay. All right. So you're going to roll the shoulders back and then hinge. Once again, nice flat back. So the back is long. And again, you might need blocks to keep your back long, and that's okay. Good, 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 good. Nice, nice, nice. We're going to walk the hands up the front. There we go. Hug those inner thighs towards each other. Inhale up. Nice. And exhale. Hinge with a nice long spine. Great job. Again, you can have your back foot tucked under or the top of the foot down, whichever works for you. Once again, hug those inner thighs, reach up. This time, let's hold the position, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other like a scissor and lifting the sternum up towards the sky. We look with our face where our heart is pointing. There you go. Inhale here and exhale. Great job. So now we need to step this front foot back. Take a minute. Notice how we're feeling. You can sweep your hips from side to side. And then when you're ready, inhale and exhale and step the opposite foot, the right foot forward. The knee and ankle need to line up. And you can put your hands on blocks at the high position, at the mid position, or the low position, or fingertips on the floor, or whatever it is you have. But once again, we want to make sure we walk our foot out a little bit more to the side, this right, and that we have a long spine and we're not hunching over. So you can walk your hands up your front leg, hug the inner thighs towards each other, and inhale up, lengthening up the spine, and then exhale and hinge, placing the fingertips on the blocks or the floor. So we're really stretching the spine in a forward position. It's a great stretch for the hips, the front of one hip and the back of the other. Good. Continue to keep hugging the inner thighs. We're going to come up, bring the arms up, up. Great job. Nice, nice, nice. Inhale here, exhale. Ooh, great. Hugging those inner thighs for stability. Inhale up. And let's hold the position now, hugging the inner thighs, and lift the sternum. Just kind of lift the upper chest, rolling the shoulders back a little bit. Lifting, lifting. Again, our face looks where our heart is pointing. So we're not just dropping the head back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale here and exhale, hinge. Great job. Awesomely awesome. Beautiful, beautiful job. When you're ready, inhale here, exhale, step the front foot back. Now we get to lay down. Here it comes. You're going to lay down on your back. This is the best part. Slide your bottom down and come on down one vertebrae at a time. Nice. You can bring one knee and then the other in towards your chest, holding onto the thighs, and rock a little bit from side to side. Cross the lower part of your spine, make some circles, one direction, and then the other. Nice. Very good. We're going to stretch one leg up towards the sky, and then bend that knee and stretch the other leg up. Both feet are still off the floor, and alternate that. Stretch one leg up, press to the heel and the ball of the foot, and then bring it in, stretch the other leg. Oh, just giving it a little bit more space behind that leg. Space behind that leg. Whew. And then stretch both up, trying to keep the hips like relaxed on the floor. Reach up through the heels and the balls of the feet. Nice long position. If you want, you can inhale your arms overhead. Take a nice inhale here. And as you exhale, hug your knees into your chest once again. Beautiful job. Let's place our feet on the floor with our knees bent. You relax your arms out to the sides. That feels good for you. It doesn't have to be too far out. Now we're just going to inhale here, exhale the knees to one side, right or left. And then inhale them up and exhale them to the other. So you're just rocking across the back of your hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking it slow. Doing it for just the enjoyment of the motion, that rocking motion, one side to the other. So this doesn't have to be anything huge. Your knees don't have to touch the floor. It's just that rocking motion. Feel this, the back of the hips, and maybe the sides of your waist. Inhale and exhale. And rocking across the bottom of your feet. Really nice. Mm-hmm. We're going to take a minute now and bring the knees back up to the center position. And bring the soles of your feet together and release your knees out to the sides. Notice how that feels. All right, so maybe that feels comfortable for you, right? And if it's not as comfortable, you can take any blankets, pillows, or blocks and slide them between your floor and your outer knees and let your knees relax against them. That's going to make all the difference. You'll actually be able to relax in this pose. Because if you're worried about your knees not touching the floor, it's really hard to relax and let go. So slide anything you've got between the floor and those outer knees. Just take a few breaths here. See if you can soften the different parts of your body with each exhale. Let go a little bit more. Gorgeous. And when you're ready, very gently bring those knees back up, feet on the floor, move those blocks out of the way. All right. So let's bring right knee in and place the right foot and ankle across the left thigh. And then widen the right knee to the right. Magnetize that right ankle to the right thigh. Take your hands out, palms down, out to the sides, and rock back and forth now, keeping that right ankle magnetized to that left thigh. So I don't like to use the word glued, right? So just think that you're going to keep the contact, keep that right foot flexed. And you're rocking the hips from side to side. This is gently stretching the piriformis. You're rocking across the bottom of the left foot and the back of the hips. That's okay. This is good. You don't have to bring that right foot all the way to the floor to the left of you, or the right knee all the way to the floor to the right of you, right? Just adding this twisting motion onto this piriformis stretch. Okay. If you want to take the twist all the way to the left, bringing the right foot to the floor or to your block, so you could hold it, you definitely could, right? This is a kind of an intense stretch though. So you can just keep rocking it. That's cool too. It's a little different for everybody, okay? So no worries. Just breathe. You don't want to do anything that's going to make us squeeze up our eyebrows or tighten our jaw, okay? Then engage the belly, come back up, and you're going to switch legs. So left foot magnetizes to the right thigh bone, widen the left knee out to the left, and rock side to side. Good, good, good. Beautiful. Nice job. You can go as slow as you want with this because you may really enjoy it, the way this feels in the back of your hips, right? Everyone's different. Everybody. Just let the sway of it, rocking motion, enjoy that. And then if you want to twist more over to the right to bring your left foot to your block or your pillow or the floor to the left. You just don't want to create any tension to this, right? You want it to be comfortable. You don't want to be hanging up away from the floor like, oh, can I twist further? Don't worry about that. Put something underneath that foot if you want to hold the twist, just to make it feel more comfortable so you can let go and relax into the stretch. And then when and if you're ready to come out of it, you can stay in it as long as you want. Hug the abdominals, squeeze those inner thighs, bring those legs back up and across. Good. All right, you can bring your knees into your chest one more time, give yourself a little rock or circles, whatever works for you. If you want, you can put your feet on the floor, lift your tuchus, slide your block or folded blanket underneath the sacrum, the flat bony spot above your tailbone. And you can put your legs in the air, just let them hang out. Or you can just keep the feet on the floor. It's just like a restorative back bend. You might really like this. You're more than welcome to do that, right? For a breath or two. And I really believe that Shavasana, that resting pose at the end, is really important. Very important for self-care. Very, very important, especially in the evening like this. I think it's a great idea for you to take a few minutes in Shavasana. At least 5 or 10 minutes if you can, okay? So when you're ready to move into your Shavasana, whether you take the block out, whether you lay your legs out long, or you keep your knees bent and knock them together, or you lie on your side body, it doesn't really matter. Just put a pillow under your head or use your blocks or your blankets or anything you've got to make yourself more comfortable in whatever position you choose to do your Shavasana in. Use anything at your disposal, blocks, blankets, pillows, put your jacket on or your put a blanket over you, whatever it is you have to do, okay? All right, so move into your Shavasana. Move into that Shavasana position, please. You need, enjoying Shavasana. It's just it's a wonderful gift that you can give your body, right? Thank you for joining me for gentle yoga practice this evening. Enjoy your Shavasana. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.
Feel a smooch.